Hello. Welcome to Cliniversity.
And moving on to the next part, which is an educational medical writing. Okay. So this educational medical writer is the person who is always dealing with the educational content through his speeches or through his writings. Okay. That might be a writing abstracts or papers, manuscript writing, textbook writing, thesis writing, or giving the speeches over the selected topic or general topic. Okay. He might be speaking to the health experts sometimes, subject experts sometimes. Okay. On behalf of client, he'll be giving the PPT presentations. He'll be preparing the PPT presentations and be giving, or regarding the writing of blogs, newly launched products, or protocol writings. So if you are educating or dealing with the academics or dealing with the writing the educational part or speaking the educational part, that person is an educational medical writer. So this particular educational medical writer, based on his communication skills, based on his knowledge, based on his vocabulary, based on his skill of like grabbing the attention of all the people who are just in front of him, he'll be charging some thousands to some lakhs also based on his skills for 1 hour of speech. Okay. So this educational medical writer, if you want to become an educational medical writer, like you can work as a freelancer who is working for different companies and get the projects and work for them and earn more. Or you can work as an in-house medical writer who is working for that same company only. So different companies, they'll be outsourcing this job for the freelancers, or they'll be hiring an in-house medical writer who is working for their company. So whatever it might be, you can think of, so what would be the better? It might be the freelancing or it might be an in-house medical writing. First, you just develop all your skills, knowledge, language, communication, speaking without hesitation. And if any question has been shooted against you, you should be able to give the answer properly and the correct answer. So then we can think on whether to do a freelancing or whether to be an in-house medical writer. There are always a positives and negatives for being a freelancer and also an in-source. For every job, we'll be having a positives and negatives. So if we are really interested into that particular profile, we'll always look onto the positive side and we'll just ignore the negative side. And if we are not interested, we'll see only that negative side and we have to move on in that way only. Okay, so that is educational medical writing. Clear? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be asking the questions also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So okay, here I missed a slide, I guess. Yeah. So third one is medico marketing writing. Guys, I missed the slide. Okay, fine, no problem. So if there is a possibility, you just note down about the medico marketing writing. So this medico marketing writing means this person is involved in the marketing. So how he is involved in the marketing? So there is a clinical research person who has developed a drug or a device or a biological and it need a promotion. Okay. So everyone should be aware of, okay, there is a new product or a new device which has been launched here. So we have to use this product or a drug or a device. So promotion means, ma'am, why promotion is so hard? We can picture an advertisement, no? So that we can telecast in the channel or we can post an advertisement in the newspaper. So that very easy, why to pay for a medico marketing writer? It's very simple. Everyone is doing. Guys, that is not an ethical promotion. That is not at all an ethical promotion. Ethical promotion means based on the scientific evidence, we have to promote the product or a drug or a device. So how you can do that? You'll be taking the documents from the clinical research person and you will do a study because you are a medico marketing writer and you will convert that complex information into an easy information, that is product related information, PPT presentations, okay, or patient informations or product related informations, okay, and you will hand over that converted information to a medical representative. So what medical representative will do? He'll take that converted documents to the clinics, physicians, doctors, and he'll be giving a presentations. And if doctor or a physician or clinician, if he is impressed by the presentation which was given by the medical representative, they'll suggest that particular new product or new device or new biological to the patients. If they are having any need, they'll be suggesting that. So in that way, this medico marketing writer is contributing in the ethical promotion of the therapeutic product. Understood? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, so these are the three different types of medical writers. One is, come on, tell me who are the three types of medical writers? The entire medical writers has been divided into this three. If you are a medical writer, you
Regulatory,
would have been
education, and medico
very good.
marketing.
Very, very good. Okay, so these are the three different medical writers, and I hope you have clearly understood the job roles. Okay, so if you are taking the medical writing session, then we'll be learning in detail about all the three parts. Okay, so this is a brief thing that we can learn for today. So moving on to the differences between medical writing and scientific writing. We'll always have this confusion. What is medical writing and what is scientific writing? If we are a medical writer, are we eligible for the scientific writing? If we are a scientific writer, are we eligible for the medical writing? So what criterion does we belong? Will we are from a medical writing background or a scientific writing? So we do have lots and lots of questions prior. When I'm not into the medical writing module, when I'm in a learning process also, I do have the same doubt. And here we shall break all that. So what is medical writing and what is scientific writing? Let me be much more simpler. So is the medicine is a part of science or it is not a science? What is medicine? Medicine is a part of science only or it's not a part of science?
It is a part of science.
Definitely. Yes, medicine is a part of science. So the same thing. Medical writing is also a part of scientific writing. But medical writing is something specialized. Why it is specialized? It is dealing with the complex medicine and healthcare documents. Okay. Whereas scientific writing means all the other branches of science, included medicine also comes under scientific writing, chemistry, physics, bioinformatics, agriculture, microbiology, botany, zoology. All that comes under scientific writing. So every medical writer, because the medicine is a part of science, all the medical writers were also called as science writers too. So if you are a medical writer, you are eligible for the scientific writing also. But all science writers were not medical writers. They are science writers only. Because they are not working for the, always not working for the medicine and healthcare. They are dealing with the other branches also. So only some science writers were medical writers. Not all the science writers were medical writers. So if you draw two concentric circles, one larger than the other, the larger one represents the scientific writing, which includes all the branches of science. And the smaller inner circle is about the medical writing, which is dealing with the medicine and healthcare. Understood? Yes?
Yes.
Clearly understood between the difference, like between the medical writing and the scientific writing, understood the difference? No confusion, right? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So next, moving on to the other important part, requirements for becoming a medical writer. So yes, I was really yeah, good at communication skills, and I really had a good knowledge over the medicine, and I can deal with the data. I can do a conversion. If the guidelines were given as per the guidelines, I can do the conversion and I can give the document. So what were the requirements? Like if you want to become a medical writer, what were the requirements? So let us see the requirements over here. The basic prerequisite for becoming a medical writer is, of course, you should be familiar with the medical concepts and terminology. Okay. And an academic qualification like one of the life sciences, such as medicine or pharmacy, or paramedical sciences such as microbiology, nutrition and dietetics, biochemistry, biotechnology, can provide the right background, which makes the writer familiar with scientific concepts and research data. And other important prerequisite is ability of writing. As the basic requirement on the part of medical writing is to communicate with scientific audience. Some degree of command over the language, reflected by an ability to write grammatically correct text and ability to express and present the information clearly and succinctly, is most important. In addition to have all the basic requirements, one needs a domain knowledge and the language skill. So what were the requirements itself? So the basic requisite for becoming a medical writer, of course, you should be familiar with all the medical concepts and terminology. Why? If we don't know anything regarding the medical concepts, if we don't know what is nausea, if we don't know what is hypertension, if we don't know what is delirium, if we don't know what is anorexia, if we don't know what is the mechanism of action behind the paracetamol, how it is reducing the temperature, if we don't know what is analgesics, how they were working, if we don't know what are the different types of antibiotics, nothing. How can we do the conversion, right? Think practically. Okay. We should be, science is day-to-day learning process. I agree with that. But if we don't know anything, and if we still want to become a medical writer, we can't. Okay. We should have a good knowledge on the medical concepts and terminology. And next is academic qualification. Okay. So, as I already told you, in India or in any other countries, first, if you want to get a job, how talented you might be, how good enough you are, how great you are having an skills, all you need is a academic qualification, that piece of degree. That's why we are here, everyone, to get that qualification. Yes, we are a certified medical writers. If we are not having any qualification, and if we still say I do have a knowledge but I didn't done any course, I don't have any qualification, I can't prove my qualification through the piece of paper which we call it as a certificate, no one is going to give us an opportunity. So it's a very important thing. You should be from a pharmacy or a medicine or any of the paramedical sciences background. Okay. So what happens if you do have a good knowledge and if you have done a good course on that, it will be very easy for you to understand the concepts, and it will be very easy for you to deal with the research data. And next is ability of writing. Ability of writing in the sense just taking a piece of paper, scribbling something, that is not ability of writing. Ability of writing means if they have given us some piece of instructions, we have to do the conversion according to the rules, regulations and the guidelines with zero errors, good language, good subject, grammatically correct. Okay, so that is ability of writing. And I told you, like, medical writing is not always writing, guys. We need to speak. So you should have a good knowledge skill and language skill so that you can present the information clearly and successfully. Okay, so all those were the requirements. Definitely, they are the must requirements you need to adapt if you want to become a medical writer. Okay, yes. So next, moving on to the what makes a good medical writer. So I'll always believe that there is a thin line between a teacher and a good teacher, student and a good student, doctor and a good doctor, lawyer and a good lawyer, In the same way, medical writer and a good medical writer. So if you want to become a good medical writer rather than simply being a medical writer, so what makes you a good medical writer? So here you have to understand the purpose. You have to understand the requirement of the project. So see if it is a living thing or a non-living thing. If you understand it, okay, if you understand it, you can own it, you can own it, you can understand, you can own it, and then you can fulfill the requirement. If you don't understand why you're handling the project, what is the intention behind the project, why we are doing this project, what is the motto, you can't fulfill its requirement. First, why we will edit the document and will give them, that is not a good medical writing thing. You should understand the requirement, you should understand the purpose, then only you can make a good output out of that. And our writing should always reach a target audience. So even though if we are working hard, even though if we are doing our best, even though if you are struggling like anything, there is always a section of people who will not give us any admiration, who will always finds out the mistakes that we do, who will always try to drag us behind. Everywhere, at any place, will have this group of people. So don't look at that group of people. Okay? What is our target? We have to reach a maximum proportion of the audience. And if we are not reaching a maximum proportion of audience, that means we are doing a mistake. Everyone is telling that you're doing a mistake. Definitely there is a mistake on our side. Okay? So you should try to reach a maximum proportion of the audience and do a thorough research over the subject. If you're not doing a thorough research over the subject, and if you're simply converting the document or the raw data which you got, and if there is a mistake, and if you're simply converting that mistake only because you haven't done a research over the subject and you haven't understood the purpose and you haven't paid the attention for the science, you haven't paid an attention for the details, and you just simply converted it, everyone believe the wrongly converted document only because you have converted it and it is going to reach a maximum proportion of the people, and everyone will believe that wrong information only. So we have to be very, very, very responsible while we are doing the conversion. If you are a freelancer, you should be able to work independently. If you are an in-house medical writer, you should be working across the teams. You should be able to do both. Good communication and coordination with the people who involved in the process, not only in the medical writing. If you choose any other job profession, and if you are maintaining the good communication and the coordination, definitely when you are at your lowest point, there will be some sort of people will definitely help you out. It's the best quality. And next, time management. Hmm? So if this class is starting at sharp 11 and you got the instructions like you need to join prior 5 minutes, you have to join prior 5 minutes. If we are doing the same when we are working for the company and there is a meeting and you got an instruction that you have to join 5 minutes priorly, and if you're joining at 11:10, 11:05 and everyone is waiting for you, it's not a good sign. We have to manage. If you can't do that, we shouldn't involve in that. Okay, we have to manage the time, we have to follow the deadlines, we have to follow the commitments. And if you want to become a medical writer, you will be having definite deadlines and you have to submit the document by the time. So all this will make you a good medical writer. Ability to understand, ability to write, thorough research, ability to think, organize the thoughts and ideas, scientific accuracy maintenance, attention to the details. ability to work across the teams or independently, good communication and coordination, good time management. So all this will make you a good medical writer rather than being a medical writer. Okay? Is that clear for everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Very good. So moving on to the medical writing organization. So what is medical writing organization? So there are different medical writing organization like Australian Medical Writer Association, Indian Medical Writers Association, European Medical Writers Association. So a lot more associations were there. You can become the member for any of the association in an online way, and we can periodically renew it. Why we do have such organizations? See, if we group of people, if everyone here you became a medical writer, okay, and we all were under one platform, so what we do, we'll exchange our knowledge, we'll exchange our experiences. If there is any certification courses, we'll exchange that information, we'll help one another to improve in our career, we'll develop professionally. Okay, we'll discuss about the career opportunities, what are the different trainings offered, how can we develop ourselves. So we'll all do that. Yes. So this is how the medical writing organizations work. So that's an add-on point also. If you are a medical writer member, association member, definitely there is a chance that you will get all sorts of information and you can reach all sorts of information and you can be the member of any of the association and organization. And even a piece of information can change our life. Okay. So we have to maintain good contacts. So all this were the benefits, like if you are a member of organization. Okay. And this is how the information regarding the medical writing is. So what is medical writing? What are medical writers? And what are the different types of medical writers? What is regulatory medical writing, educational medical writing, medico marketing writing? What is the difference between the medical writing and scientific writing? What are the requirements for becoming a medical writer? And what makes a good medical writer? What are the different types of medical writing organizations? What happens if you do become a medical writing organization? Okay, so all this we have learned. And prior to that, we have learned about what is clinical research, what are the different types of clinical research, how does the clinical research differ from the standard care, what are the different study designs, okay, and all that. Okay, so this is how the understanding of medical writing ends. And I hope the session is really informative for you all. Okay.
For more details, connect us on given details on screen. And don't forget to follow us on our social media. Thank you.